for this, left to my own devices, I'd only have 1 or 2 vices, but not at the same time. No, these are skills you say. Look, the US military redesigned their warbot controls around the user interface of game systems and cut their training costs way, way down, taking advantage of the visual attention that's way, way up of the world's fittest, most courageous, most visually attuned gamers. Actually, I meant soldiers. Drone pilots flying in Iraq from a cockpit in Arizona. But who are you kidding? We don't multitask well, unless by we you mean the 2.5% of us that don't actually drop in performance when we try. Just ask Stanford, just ask me. Worse, just ask my kids when I'm trying to get that WordPress gallery to look just right. This is not about the conversation of gifted teen savants, it's about fat, socially inept, and angry 35-year-old dudes. We are all called on to unplug, to stop tweeting from the toilet, to give Facebook a rest. What? 36% of us are updating after sex? Whatever happened to cigarettes? University fights back with days of slowing, international days of unplugging, mayhem. Those people report our good ideas. And because likely for us, we're learning a lot about these 3 of multitasking, dopamine, and downtime. Now just how we connect, but how these connect to us when we are constantly connecting, bombarding our frontal cortexes with stimulation for the real work we might do if we weren't so occupied being productive. So why don't we get better with practice? Because unlike our moms told us, our brains aren't really our mental muscles. Okay, in some ways they are when it comes to dendrites and pruning, but in other ways they're more like dopamine batteries that need to recharge. They are cranial junkies. They want a new dopamine fix, and they get their hit with the novel and new. It's our lower brain that takes in all these sights and these sounds, and people like Nora Valco, one of the world's big brains herself, says that technology is rewiring our neural bits. Unfortunately for us, that's not really true. Our brains are doing just like they always do, looking for lions, tigers, staying alert through emails and games. At the end of the day, we're cognitively lame. So what do we know about impulsivity? We know that dopamine is released with anything good. But in a recent study published in the Journal of Neuroscience, we find that when our dopamine levels are high, our decision-making is low, opting for short-term, lower return gains, instant gratification instead of long-term aims. We get frustrated between Nihon Odori Station and Bashimichi when we lose our 3G. It takes about a minute, but we can't bear it. No bars yet, not yet. Is that email a friend or a foe? I don't think I'll feel right until I actually know. We used to crave the end of long flights for nicotine. Now we can't wait to get back to our screens. According to Dr. Daniel Amen, expert on ADD, the more dopamine we use, the less there is for schoolwork, homework, chores, other must-dos and have-tos. To get neurotransmitter chic for just a minute, we need dopamine reuptake time. Our pineal glands need us to step back from screens so it can feel the melatonin beat of our circadian rhythm. I love this one. Downtime scientists, along with Matt Rickdell, tech evangelist for the New York Times, went off into the field and did research. They went rafting and discovered through qualitative journaling and sophisticated mood analysis that yes, vacation is good for us. We feel better when we aren't bombarded by text messages, tweets, emails, and reminders. Go figure. Experts also say we need to log off so we can process. Downtime is for the brain like sleep is for the body. We need to synthesize and organize. It's for this reason I chose sand for this show, because sand and technology really don't go. The beach and the rivers remind us to slow, and from time to time, retreat. When those aren't enough, there's always rescue time, monitoring our top page on our computers, telling us where it all goes. But this won't work for me. I've got an iPad, a MacBook, and a BlackBerry. And besides, I rarely use just one anymore. But I guess it would be kind of interesting to know. So first quoting Sophocles, then inspired by Schlein, nothing that is vast enters into the life of mortals without a curse. In order to fully tap into the internet's connective potential, we need to recognize this line and keep it at bay by occasionally venturing off into the disconnecting sand to relax. Thank you.